A young man who has already caught the attention and the respect of some of the best drummers in the world, and he is still only 14 years old. It's Jake Brown.
Well, to be fair, I didn't really know I was getting a drum kit. It was one Christmas, my mum and dad bought me the drum kit. I had some lessons and kind of did bits and bobs and stuff, but the thing that started me off properly with my drumming was I went to a drum clinic, and it was a drum clinic for Paul Weller's drummer, Steve White, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer, Chad Smith. And I was a little kid, all excitable, running up talking to everybody. And halfway through the drum clinic, Chad Smith says, "Oh, we're going to get some people up on the stage." So I stood there and he goes, "Oh," because he spoke to me earlier, he says, "I'm going to get my little mate Jake up on the stage." So I was like, no way. So I ended up going up on the stage and having a jam session with Steve, who's a good mate of mine now, and Chad Smith. And that was really the first thing that got me really into the drums. As I say, I had the drum kit before, but that was the major thing that got me loving it. And then since there, it just progressed and progressed really. I would come home from school, practice for 3 hours. So I'd do 2 hours on the drum kit, because obviously you've got to keep the neighbours happy, and any more than 2 hours late at night wouldn't go down well. But they were understanding, to be fair. So I used to do 2 hours on the drum kit and an hour on the pad every night in the week, and then even more on the weekends. But at weekends I'd try and go and do band rehearsals or play at the church and different bits and bobs like that. So when I was young, I was practising a heck of a lot. Then when I started going to the Royal College of Music, that was every Saturday in London. So I used to do all my practising in the weekend at school, and then I'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on the Saturday morning, travel all the way to London, practice and play in the orchestras, and I was classically trained there, in all the jazz bands. Then I'd either go over to Ronnie Scott's and watch a gig and try and get up on some jam nights and things like that, or just come back and then I'd be drumming first thing on the Sunday all day. So it was very intense. I mean, obviously I had a great childhood, but it was definitely from when I was about 11 years old. A lot of my life has revolved around drumming, which has been great, but it was very intense. But to get to a kind of level where I think I wanted to be anyway, you've got to put in those hours, otherwise you're just not going to progress, and your skills aren't going to build really. But I loved it anyway. So when it comes to being a freelance drummer, I love it. Get to do what I want to do for a living, play loads of different styles of music, meet different people. Suits me down to the ground. I play in my own band, that's my own project that I'm putting a lot of time and effort into at the moment, called Western Road. But while I am doing the freelance stuff and the session work, I really enjoy it. As I say, it is loads of different genres of music, which is ace for me. I love all styles of music, from Tony Bennett to Slipknot to K-Trap, different rap music. It's all great for me. It's really tough because you've got to keep that phone ringing, because if the phone doesn't ring and you don't get the work, you don't get any money. So it's a tough job. A lot of stressful days and nights, thinking about, obviously worried, but luckily it's all been good up until now. I get work and it's all good fun. I love it. But as I say, it is a hard job, but I enjoy it. So advice for people wanting to start playing the drums: do it. It's ace. It's been a massive part of my life. Obviously I started really young, but got no regrets from picking up the drums. I'd say if you're going to do it, you've got to do it. I mean, obviously people can do it as a hobby and enjoy it, but if you want to kind of make a career out of it, mate, you've got to put the time in and seek some good teachers, because there's some really good teachers about who are just local guys. I know I've had lessons with local guys and big time famous drummers, but just get good tuition off different guys who are doing different things, because that's all going to build into what your genre is and what your brand is as a drummer. Gang, I can't do that.